defense. Plan on seeing more military defense, food and agriculture. This is one that just blew my mind. And this will be the last thing I share with you. Poor Louise, she's out there screaming at me. Pick up the calls. I will. Just a minute. Food agriculture. The shift in congressional power could diminish. I'm quoting from the Financial Times. The shift in congressional power could diminish the chances of a food safety bill ever being passed. One food industry lobbyist said the new Republican majority could also put pressure on the FDA to stop increasing its budget for food safety inspections. So already we've got a couple thousand people a year who die in this country because their food is poisoned or contaminated. Watch for more dead kids. Our Republican legislature is wonderful things. Jeff, in Marseille, is it Marseille or is it anglicized as Marcellus, Illinois?
It's kind of anglicized. It's Marseilles. That's how we say it.
Marseilles. Okay, great. What's up?
Hey, I just want to. Well, first, let me say, I have your new book. It's excellent. Everybody should get it.
And they can get it for free over at truthout.org right now.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Can't beat. So I had a thought about what we could do to get our message out, and it seems to me that the right has a lot of momentum and they have a lot of confidence now. So I figure what we could do is go to their town halls or whatever political meetings that have, and instead of trying to convince them using facts that they'll never believe, we try to persuade them using emotions that they can't resist. And what I mean is, we phrase things like, we say things like, I am sick and tired of Obama and those Democrats spending our tax dollars on foreign companies.
Yeah. And here's the, Jeff, it's a great kind of reverse psychology strategy. Here's the problem. Louise and I live near one of the real power restaurants here in Washington, D.C., and the other day we were walking by a little after, late dinner time, around 8 p.m., 9 p.m., something like that. And Orrin Hatch comes walking out. And, behind him is the table full of the meeting that they were having. And it's a whole bunch of white guys in their 60s, 50s, 60s, all dressed like they got, $600 shoes on. And but that, they're not going to be having public meetings that you can go to. I mean, you had Republican candidates in the last election who refused to even talk to the media.
That's true.
So, I mean, the arrogance of this party and of their use of power is mind-boggling. So to think that we can now show up and say, okay, if you're in D.C., I suppose you can go knock on your congressman's door, but and get to see a staffer, but when Honeywell comes in and says, we got 11,000 Indians working in India, and we really don't want to bring those jobs back to the United States. You're not going to make us do that, are you? Who are they going to listen to?
I take your point, but I'm still saying in some of these rural areas, you might still have the town hall style meetings, or at least the citizens gather themselves, even if it's not something that they actually meet with the candidate, and just try to get that idea out there.
Here's the way to do it, Jeff. Create your own local Tea Party organization. Call a Tea Party. Get all these people together. Don't talk about, women's rights or gay rights or abortion or God or guns or any of the stuff that makes them crazy. And simply talk about trade. Because they're with you on that. And say, and call it a Tea Party event, period. And let's start tea parties all over the country. We'll be back.
You're listening to the Thom